This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It is Friday, September the 10th. I'm Stephanie here with Al and Tori, and Jeff has got the day off. So let's get started. So we start with an update to Britney's ongoing conservatorship battle. So according to TMZ, while Britney wants her dad to be removed as her conservator immediately, she wants to keep her personal conservator around.
Yes.
I know. So Britney apparently is okay with Jodie Montgomery. Here she is. She's happy with her to stay on to help her deal with doctors, medications, making her appointments and handling staff. In the meantime, Britney also seems to be enjoying her newfound social media freedom. She's been sharing a few cheeky shots of her bare behind and a few, well, topless pics on Instagram. So what do you guys think of this?
So first off, that woman looks like a conservator, doesn't
Yes.
she? She's like the perfect woman to be.
Like if you put conservative and then
the
push
dictionary.
images,
Yeah, that's
like,
what
yeah,
it is.
she's come up.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to see that she wants someone there.
Yeah.
It's not easy. She clearly went through some stuff, and it's a little complicated, her life. She has a lot of money, a lot of ins and outs. Let's keep a conservator just not related to her. I also want to say this cheekiness is really exciting because if you think about it, Britney has always been the sex pot, right?
Oh,
for all of
yes.
us. But Britney never got to be sexy for herself. She never got to feel that sexuality.
She's not being sexy for herself. She's being sexy for everyone on Instagram.
No, she's not.
She was naked.
I know, for herself.
What?
I think she feels like a bit of power or freedom.
Correct.
You know?
Would you guys say that if there was a male star that exposed his front like that, would you say he's empowering himself?
If he wasn't allowed to show that off before.
He's not allowed to. It's
No.
called Instagram rules.
No, you can she held her
What
breasts.
about the other shot?
She had a thong on. She did have a
okay,
thong
all
on.
right.
And let's
Okay,
be honest,
okay.
we've seen a lot more than a bum
Okay, there we
on
go.
like social media and stuff.
I
People
did not know
post
there was a
all
thong.
sorts.
Okay.
She's sort of bearing herself of all of these constructs, including taking off her clothes.
All right,
Yeah,
she's
I
not
think
Joan
she
of
feels
Arc.
freedom.
All right,
I think
calm
she
down.
feels freedom in it. No, I think she does.
And she gets to be sexy, Steph.
Yeah, I watched this really fabulous show about this woman on Netflix, and she's now one of the biggest moguls in New York. She came from a very strict Orthodox Jew background, and she couldn't cut. She had to cover herself up. She had no hair when she got married, and when she broke away from her family and left everything behind after feeling so constrained, and her husband, and she went to New York and found this new life. She said literally wearing a miniskirt, wearing like a little bralette top. She was like, it's a sign of freedom. I'm choosing what I'm wearing. I'm choosing how people see me. It's my choice. It's my body. So it wasn't necessarily like a rebellion, but it's kind of like, no one can tell me.
My
what to wear.
autonomy.
Yeah. So I think that's what Britney's going through right now. I think
love
she's
it.
embracing just being herself and portraying herself however she wants to.
Well, one thing about me, I will admit, when you changed my mind, and you guys did. I agree. Okay, that
Yay,
made sense.
yeah.
That made sense.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's Britney.
Yeah.
Come on.
And that's my girl. I just don't want her, I'm like, I kicked into dad mode.
You
like,
kind of went into dad mode, yeah.
Go get a raincoat.
I love it. All right, we're going to talk about Jordyn Woods, the woman. She was at the center of the cheating scandal with Mr. Tristan Thompson, and now she's involved in even more controversy online. So Jordyn recently posted some before and after pics on Instagram showing off a dramatic weight loss, but some people came after her and said her new look was manufactured, even though she's been posting a bunch of workout videos online. So her boyfriend, NBA player Karl Anthony Towns, has come to her defense on Twitter, and he wrote this: "I've seen the hard work and I've seen the results, and trust me, this is all natural. Since she was 10 years old, people have been calling this woman vile things because of her weight." So what do we think? Do you think it matters how someone loses weight? Whether or not, do you care if they go under the knife, if they have a healthy diet, if they're taking diet pills? Do you think it matters?
I say stay out of people's business. I learned this from Erica Cobb, our other co-host. Stay out of their bedrooms. Stay out of their business.
But she is a public figure on Instagram, so I don't know if same goes for us.
True.
So I get that argument, but go at it from she's a public figure.
Well, she is a public figure, and already we heard from her boyfriend that it's all natural. So I don't know why you keep pushing on someone that's lost weight, that's healthier for herself. And if she's done it with her own choice, I have zero issue.
What would you say if I went on Instagram and you guys know that I had gotten liposuction and gotten a six-pack
and
put in
faked it?
And faked it? Would you say it doesn't matter, or would you be like, you can't be selling a workout tape if you didn't work for those abs?
I understand what you're saying, but I think, she's not trying to promote like, oh, I've been eating these gummies that have made me lose all of this
these are definitely
weight.
haters, but
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I think it's very different. I think if you see someone that's in the fitness arena and they're not honest about how they achieve those goals, I mean, like, we look at J-Lo, who looks incredible, and she does it. She openly says, I don't drink, I have no caffeine. She doesn't even have coffee. She only
Very
eats fish.
disciplined.
She works out 3 or 4 times a day, and she's very open about that.
I was under the impression she'd had some work done.
I mean, but then she says that it's all olive oil, which I don't believe.
It's all olive oil.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Where they sell that at?
Now they do in Europe, though.
But I do think, I don't care, but I think if you're selling that, if you're selling a product that leads to that impression,
That's fair.
that, oh my gosh, that's not fair, because then there's going to be so many young, influenced people that are going to just believe that. I don't think that's
What if it's like an Estee Lauder anti-aging cream, but the person's had work done to their face?
Well, that's interesting. In Europe, in France, and I believe Denmark, they're now having you have to write on Instagram if you filtered any of that. And I think that leads to the idea of like, let's be truthful. Let's not create an entirely influential generation that isn't true.
Asterisks.
Yeah, the
like
little
this
asterisks.
image has been photoshopped in like the teeniest, tiniest writing.
But don't you expect it to be photoshopped?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an ad that wasn't touched up?
Yes, I have.
I mean,
agree with her.
where they don't tell you.
Agreed, that's fine.
There are some natural ads, but usually anytime you look at a billboard, you assume that model has had airbrushing and...
I think now we do, but I think previously we didn't. And I think there are still generations, some that are really young that think, oh my gosh, this is just how people are. And some that are older that also don't understand, the amount of editing and computer work that goes into those campaigns.
Yeah, I agree with you, though. She's not selling anything, so it makes me feel better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Go and get lipo, babe, if that's what you want to do. Suck it out. Anyway, Oprah and Gayle King are hitting the road again.
Yeah.
The besties announced that they will be going on another road trip 15 years after their epic drive across the country. The new series is called The OG Chronicles Joyride 2021. Let's take a look.
The 3 of us had a wonderful time.
I can't imagine being cursed out.
You ain't.
And after the year we've had, we thought a drive around the neighborhood with a friend feels joyful. A joyride through Santa Barbara, surprising some of our favorite people.
Okay, so during one of the episodes, it's been revealed that Gayle has been on every vacation with Oprah and Stedman since 1994.
Super boo.
Now, apparently, Stedman doesn't mind and is always cool with Gayle being the third wheel. I mean, 1, would you mind? And 2, have you ever been the third wheel?
I love being the third wheel.
Oh, really?
Because I get all the attention, a lot of laughs. I'm the buffer. I'm getting a lot. Thank you, Tori. Way to go, Tori.
No.
I love being the third wheel. I love it.
What about the effect on the other couple?
Yeah, I guess that's a problem.
Yeah, because I feel like this sounds terrible to say. But if you and your beau are out, right, and I'm with you guys on vacation, there might have been a moment where the sun's going down and he wanted to turn to you and say something really romantic or how he feels about you, and I come up, hey guys, more daiquiris, and I like ruin that moment. Like, go find somebody else. Go below deck. Get out of here.
But I think you can go on the vacay. There's nothing wrong with going on the vacay, but you have to give it space.
Yeah.
Don't go to every single time they go to the beach. Find an activity.
Steph, let's get real. Let's get real. What do you think
about?
about it being every single one?
Oh, that's too much. That is too much.
But
That
it's
is a hard
strange.
no.
Let's be honest, though. You're Oprah. So your vacations are kind of weird anyway, because people are always seeing you and always like.
No,
being
they're
like,
not. You don't know where
I
Oprah's
wouldn't
at.
Well, I'm just saying, sometimes Gayle is a good buffer for maybe their conversations.
Maybe one vacation a year you can go with a couple. Any more than that, just go away.
Right, a couple, right. And the couple's
Just
kind of,
leave it.
you interact and then you guys go do your own thing and come back and talk about it. Oh, how was the water skiing? Cool, go do the stingray thing that they have in the water. Go do that.
Give it space.
Yes,
Don't
you
go
got to
more
do
than
stuff,
one.
but
But
one
what if
person.
that dynamic worked works for when they're on break because they all are feeling relaxed.
But I wonder, as a couple, why is it working?
Stedman is feeling relaxed. Do you really think he's feeling totally relaxed?
I want a documentary on Stedman. Is what
He
I
doesn't
really want.
see Oprah that much. You know how busy she is?
He's busy
and he's
too.
busy too.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're like both unemployed because of COVID and hanging out in a studio apartment. They have time to be separate entities. I would think when you come together, you don't want Gail sitting at the table with y'all.
Gail's part of that relationship. She always will be.
I love my friends, but I love my space even more. Coming up on
That'd be
DBL,
a good t-shirt.
Oh yes, Princess Diana's story gets the Broadway treatment. Well, we've got a sneaky peek at the new musical, and my favorite New York Fashion Week goes baby couture. Yeah, we'll be explaining these unique outfits that have been on the runway next.
That's so dumb.
Closed captioning provided by...
Are you using Liberty Mutual's coverage customizer tool? So you only pay for what you need. Sorry? Leave him, you're an animal!
Hey guys, we're talking more about the third wheel, and I just want to know, does anyone else I like being the third wheel because I don't have any responsibilities. I'm not going to get in fights with everyone. I'm like the fun person. I'm the fun guy. I'm that guy. Anyway, I don't have a problem with it, but let's go around the studio and find out if other people do. Ira, would you be mad if you and your wife had a third person on your vacations?
It depends on who the third person is.
Aha.
What if it was Tori? If it were Tori, absolutely. She's in.
It's live. Kelly?
Guys, my two best friends, I'm single now, my two best friends actually invited me on a vacation this summer. I couldn't go because of the dates, but I totally would have. They're married, my two best friends, so why not? Why not? Why would I not go? Especially if they're fronting the bill on a lot of the stuff. Invite
Maybe they
me
want a
along.
buffer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think they do. And I would spend a lot of evenings not with them. Like, they'd be able to go out to dinner, I'd enjoy some room service, maybe a spa night.
A little movie.
I totally think this is cool. I don't
agree.
think it's weird.
I agree. David, would you be okay with it? You and Cher, someone else coming along on your vacay?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
really?
So. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as long as we got our.
Every single one?
No.
Okay, so that's
Well,
where
like,
people are making the line.
As long as
every single one is like no.
You know, he or she gives us
some space.
Some alone time.
Some alone time. But I need alone time. We call it
fine with
IR,
that, yeah.
Independent Resting Period, IRP.
Also, sometimes you want alone time with your girlfriend. Like,
Right,
sometimes,
right.
My,
We
my
would wanna
two
be
friends-
together.
Yeah, we would want to be together and go to a spa
I
day,
was a
you
single
know?
one going. I wouldn't want it to be like a sympathy, like come with us.
Like a pity.
No,
like
Be
a
exactly.
pity.
like if I was like single for like 15 years or something.
Yeah. I think it's
totally
more
come
like
along
they
'cause you're
enjoy
the
Gail's
cool, like,
company,
single- yeah.
and they want her to come
And I
along.
bet
But
it's
it
weird
was
being
like-
Oprah. I
but
bet
it was
Oprah
like
likes
a
having that
sympathy thing
buffer.
there.
And they've always been best friends. I
Best
don't think it's weird at
friends.
all.
You want to know something really funny?
Okay,
When they
gotta
were on the last road trip, she goes, they woke up and they were camping, and Oprah's in a really bad owl pajamas with her hair everywhere, and Gail goes, "Aren't you on a Forbes list or something?" She's so cute. DBL is back September 13th, and year 5 is gonna be big.
I cannot wait.
Welcome back to DBL. Kylie Jenner set the internet on fire with her appearance at New York Fashion Week. The expecting mum put her baby bump on full display in this black sheer body-hugging bodysuit. So some said Kylie's look was similar to her sister's bodysuit that she wore while she was pregnant with her son Saint back in 2015. And Kylie also posted these pics showing off her bump in a mini white dress and a matching coat. I was here for that look. And speaking of babies,
Does she have tanner on?
Yeah.
probably.
Is that good for the baby?
I don't think it matters. I don't know. I'm not
Well,
a
it
doctor.
seeps into your skin.
I don't know.
Sorry.
All right, Mr. Downkel. All right, so speaking of babies, check out Gigi Hadid walking the runway, and looks like she was sucking on a bottle. The baby-themed fashion show also included a model wearing a baby mobile on her head and brightly colored dresses made to look like baby quilts. So are we getting baby fever this week? What do you think? You guys look so disgusted.
No, I just don't. There's a weird thing. I don't like baby stuff and adult stuff crossing over. And I'm very like open, but like that the fetish with the adults with the baby diapers.
That's a real.
That's what it reminded me of.
They used to be on Maury. Remember, they would have them on Maury and Jerry Springer on the gigantic baby cribs. Anyway,
with the diapers.
Sorry, you just unlocked a memory for me, and I'm working through that on live television. But you know, I thought that they were creative, and I do see a way. I know that. And Steph, you know better than me about fashion shows, that these are kind of out there, but they will have kind of like a watered down version that maybe we could sell. And I did like the colors.
I honestly think this Moschino collection is going to sell. So Jeremy Scott is like the head of Moschino. He's fabulous. I adore him. He's done some wonderful collaborations. We saw him do all of the McDonald's collaboration, the Barbie collaboration, which flew off the
So this will
shelf.
sell. This will sell.
Oh, I think when you see like the watered down versions, when we see people with their little cute little glitzy handbags with little cute animals on them, a bit of sparkle, phone covers, I honestly think it's gonna be big.
Yeah.
I think, you know, obviously we're seeing a slightly avant-garde kind of extra version for the runway.
Totally.
But I think it's actually really cute. I would actually wear that. I think
I
not
liked
the mobile.
Right, and I like the outfits here, but again, I just immediately thought of the weird fetish with the guys in the diapers.
Right.
But I also wondered,
I think that says more about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are they making the women, I don't know, I went off on this feminist thing and I don't think that's true. I think it's just an avant-garde, cool, they'll tone it down for the ready to wear. But again, I just,
But I don't want them to tone the colors down. I love the colors.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and I think
so big.
the one with the big rabbit head, if they just make the rabbit a little bit smaller and put it over the
it'll be big,
cool.
honestly. I mean, I bought
That's
weirder,
Moschino, you said, right?
Yeah.
Moschino.
I think
it's gonna
Steph
be
could pull that dress off.
Oh, she 100% could.
I want it.
100%.
Jeremy,
make it happen.
if you've got a spare one, I'll gladly wear it.
Put it in
love.
the universe.
Yeah. All right. Coming up on DBL, a musical all about Princess Diana's life. Why it's already getting bashed by some people online.
The first 3 months, we saved $4,100.
CarShield saved me over $6,000 in engine repairs.
I saved $4,100 out of pocket.
Amazing.
Don't believe me, just watch.
I'm gonna push back. Is this my shocked face?
I will walk off the set.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
Okay, sorry.
Welcome back to DBL. We're getting a first look at a new musical about the late Princess Diana called Diana the Musical.
Shocker.
It's going to be airing on Netflix next week. Take a look. That just was like
like, what?
I don't even have the words. So while some people online were really excited about the musical, others thought it was in poor taste. So one person tweeted, quote, "Something about this being a musical feels gross." Tori's nodding her head like crazy, by the way. "It feels like a line was crossed that I didn't even know was there." And then another one says, "This is the second Diana story coming out this year. So as we know, Kristen Stewart is playing the late princess in the movie Spencer, coming out in theaters in November. Cannot wait." So what do you reckon about these two dueling Diana stories? Do you think they are dueling? I don't think they are. I think they're in separate lanes.
I completely agree. And also, Kristen Stewart got a 3-minute standing ovation at Cannes Film Festival. Venice, for her portrayal.
For walking alone in the fog. That's all that clip was. It was just her walking.
No, she looked great. Are you kidding?
She's going to be good, and I actually didn't think she would be, but her accent's apparently spot on.
I didn't think she would be either, but her accent apparently is amazing.
It's
I was worried about that.
Here's the thing, like, there's certain things in musicals you don't mix, like
oh, I don't know.
I don't want to mix like her bulimia, anorexia, her death, her media hounding with like "that's 'cause I'm jazz hands." Like those don't go together at all to me, and I find it super awkward.
We look at other things like Miss Saigon, so depressing.
Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables means the miserables.
They're all really sad and really depressing, and multiple lives were lost in those wars that were genuinely real. So, and people love Diana. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I watched it kind of in horror, but also in awe.
They should make a musical of my range of emotions sitting in the audience of this musical.
How would it look? How would it look? How would it look?
Just sad black man. Three different acts. It's just me checking my phone, me looking around, me looking for the exits. I wouldn't know. Look.
It's just not a musical genre to me.
I will say this: musicals do need a little bit of a depressive nature to them. They need to have something to lead up to that third act. So I do get that. It just surprises me that everybody's kind of going after this online, because I feel like the fans that like Diana probably cross over a little bit with fans that like musicals. So it seems like it seems like it would be a perfect.
Maybe I'm wrong, but why do I feel like it's disrespectful? Why? Maybe I'm wrong, I bet, but why?
No, I don't think you're wrong. I think you're definitely entitled to that way of thinking.
A little
disrespectful. How?
Because of all the tragedy that she went through.
To have it be like ba-da-da-da musical, it feels.
And even then, look at Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him nailed to the cross.
Yeah.
And that was pretty awful.
I said maybe because we know Diana and we know this story so well, and we're seeing it recreated in song form, that feels a little disrespectful.
I mean, I'll go and see anything. The last musical I went to see was in Denver Broadway here in downtown, and it was the last show that was on before COVID hit, and it was SpongeBob SquarePants. It was SpongeBob SquarePants the musical.
That's fun, she says anything.
And yeah, I still went.
Where did you even get the advertisement to know that was happening?
It was on Broadway, Al. It's a big show.
I mean, I'll go see anything. I love the arts. We'll be right back. See ya.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Dr. Harry Hyman and Dr. Jeff Hogan. We know you're familiar with PCR tests at this point, but just in case, we're talking about polymerase chain reaction testing. The FDA calls these the gold standard for detecting COVID-19. But there's been questions after the CDC posted a lab alert saying that after this year, the agency would no longer request emergency use authorization for its 2019 tests. Some took that as a sign that PCR tests are inaccurate, but that's false. The CDC says they're phasing out this one single type of PCR test developed early in the pandemic, encouraging labs use a newer version that screens for both the flu and COVID-19 at the same time.
It's important for people to realize that this test was developed in February 2020, a time when many people were racing to develop testing technology for the coronavirus. Now we're in an atmosphere where there are in the neighborhood of 300 FDA-approved tests, many of which are more efficient.
Because symptoms of COVID and the flu can be similar, efficiency could be critical with flu season around the corner.
By combining the ability to test these two pathogens, essentially in one tube, that's going to save on manpower, cost, consumables, and get a result out a little bit quicker.
So while it's true the CDC will no longer request emergency use approval for one particular type of PCR test, claims suggesting PCR tests are inaccurate are false. The CDC confirmed their original PCR test is highly precise. They're just encouraging labs adopt their newer version to save time and resources.
DBL is back September 13th, and year 5 is going to be big. I cannot wait. Bold debates.
You're canceling people.
That says a lot. Hot celebs.
Look, we treat everything as a joke.
Thank you very much, Sean Stamos.
Just turn up the notch on that. Enjoy.
And all the laughs.
Awesome. I love it. Let's do it. Yes.
DBL is always all new every day.
Flu season was nearly non-existent last year, so why are doctors so concerned about you getting a flu shot this year? Let's connect the dots. In 2020, we saw a record low number of flu cases across the country. You can chalk that up to a number of safety measures like masks, social distancing, and virtual school. But this year is a different story. COVID rules are more relaxed, meaning protections against the flu are gone too. And there's already been some signs that this flu season could be a bad one. Right now, doctors are seeing a rare summer spike of RSV in kids. The respiratory disease usually doesn't surge until the winter. Public health experts see this as a sign the flu could do the same. So what can you do about it? It's pretty simple. Doctors say get your flu shot before Halloween. Just like the COVID vaccine, flu shots are not 100% effective, but they do a lot to prevent serious symptoms and keep you out of already crowded hospitals. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. Are you struggling to lose weight? Well, we are going to be chatting about the tips to help you get set and meet your exercise goals on DBL's Focus on Fitness, presented by QB. Anyone who's tried knows just how hard it can be to follow through with exercise goals. I know. But new research shows that there's a surefire way to create lasting habits. So the trick is to set your exercise goals, then engage with them as soon as possible, because people who start working on their goals immediately after setting them have got a higher chance of creating a long-lasting habit. Staying active is so important, and QB has made it easy, regardless of physical ability or age. Try their under-desk elliptical at home. Call 1-800-782-2351 or visit QB.com to learn more. I've also got a wonderful tip. If you call your doctor and book him for a liposuction, like apparently some people have, then you're committed, so you're going to do it.
Yes, good point.
Joking, by the way, in case no one gets my sense of humor. We're new every day. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place.
I love it.
Actually exercise. Don't do what I said.
Work out, everybody.